and an extra.
It's up to you. Do you want to do an extra as well?
I was just checking. That's all. Because I muted you guys to see if I could do a Bert, and I may have not muted me. If you heard my nonsense of me trying to be Bert.
It was pretty great.
Oh, was it? Good. Well, I'll do Bert.
You'll take Bert, and then Dan will say on Ernie?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's only got a couple lines.
And Rubber Ducky. And Rubber Ducky.
That's very important.
Yes. Yes, that's it.
Hey, Bert.
Hey, Bert, buddy, old pal.
Hey, Bert.
FYI,
my Ernie is way better, too.
We are live, so...
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yeah, of course.
Are you saying professionalism? Going in
Hi,
good.
everyone.
What are we professionals of?
Hey, welcome to Drink Your Ovaltine, where a bunch of lazy millennials read a bunch of old-time radio scripts because we have nothing better to do while we're in lockdown. This is Deepa, Barry, Josh, Dan, Red. Wait, Red, what is your real name?
Mel.
Mel. I don't know. What do you prefer?
Mel, I guess.
Okay. Mel, Kristen, and I'm Brian, and today we're doing the second half of a show we did a few weeks ago, which was Sherlock Holmes and a Scandal in Bohemia. Old-time radio play from... Oh, shoot, I forgot the date. Anybody remember the date off the top of their head? Something like
1939, wasn't it?
What was that?
No. I thought it was earlier than that. Yeah, maybe.
I think it was 1215 when they signed the Magna Carta.
All right. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Dan, as soon as the screen comes back up with the... Uh-oh, did Dan freeze? Dan froze.
Yes, he did.
He sure did. All right, we will stand by.
I mean, there is still some snow on the ground here.
Touche.
There is.
Ba-ding-ting.
All right,
Dan,
so
I can hear you, but you're not moving or making sound on here.
You can hear Dan? I can't hear Dan.
I am in Dan's house. I'm literally a wall away from Dan.
Oh!
Oh.
I am always in Dan's basement, okay? This is not my house.
This is news to me.
Boom! No, actually,
not
we've
quite.
been having dinner together for a long time.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let him figure this out for a few seconds. He's a smart cookie.
Yeah, he
right.
got it.
Well, anybody do anything cool this week while we burn some time?
This week? What did I do this week?
Oh, Dan's back.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is like the 4th time that the stream froze on me.
Well, that ought to make it for an interesting episode tonight. We'll have fun with it. Hallmark of professionalism. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take myself out of here. And Dan, you know the drill. When the intro finishes and it comes back up after the graphic, and everyone's back on screen, go ahead and take your announcer script. Ready?
Sure.
All right, here we go in 3, 2...
We'll hear the rest of Dr. Watson's story in just a second, but let me tell you something. If you're going to have chicken for dinner tomorrow night, or any night, don't forget to serve that chicken with Petri California Sauterne. Believe me, Petri Sauterne is just about the last word in white wines. It's beautifully golden in color, it's delicate and intriguing in flavor, and it's just, well, you taste it and see for yourself. If you want a delicious white wine, you certainly want Petri Sauterne. Well, Doctor, again, you broke off your story at the most exciting point. Did you and Sherlock Holmes reach that church inside the 20 minutes?
Yes, Mr. Bartell, we did! But the other carriage was there before us! Holmes went to the church after telling me to guard to the outside. I must have waited 10 minutes or more before Mr. Geoffrey Norton and Miss Adler came out, spoke a few words to each other, and then left. Then there. In separate conveyances. Moments later, Holmes, still dressed as a stable hand, came striding out of the church and down the steps towards me. He was obviously very excited.
Watson! Watson! Have they left?
Yes, in separate cabs. I overheard them say they were going back to his office, and she said, I'll drive out to the park at 5 o'clock, as usual.
Splendid. Then come on, we can return to Baker Street.
What happened inside the church, Holmes?
They were married.
Married?
Of course. The ceremony would have been illegal if performed after noon. That accounted for their wild dash to the church. Jump into the cab, old fella.
Where to now, Governor?
221B, Baker Street.
Oh, so they got married, eh?
Yes, and it may amuse you to know that I acted as a witness at the ceremony.
You did? But how did that happen?
Their own witness had failed to appear, and I was dragged into the breach. The bride gave me this sovereign as a memento, and I think I'll wear it on my watch chain in memory of the occasion.
What an amazing situation! These things are beginning to look better for the king, don't they? Now that she's Mrs. Norton, no chance that she won't want to expose his managee after all.
I hope so, Watson. I hope so. But we can't afford to take any chances. I think it's time is ripe for us to come to closer grips with the lady.
Well, Holmes, now that we've eaten, perhaps you'll tell me your plan.
With pleasure, my dear fellow. And while I'm doing so, I'll proceed with applying the makeup for my new disguise.
Another disguise? What will it be this time?
I think the character and appearance of an amiable, simple-minded, nonconformist clergyman would be the most suited to my plan for entering Miss Adler's house.
You're going to try and enter, then?
I must, dear fellow. I'm sure the photograph is in there. Miss Adler, or rather Mrs. Norton, will return from her drive in the park at 6:30. We must be at Bryony Lodge to meet her.
And what then?
You must leave that to me. I've already made arrangements. There is only one point on which I must insist. You must not interfere, come what may. You understand?
I'm to remain neutral?
Yes, absolutely. There will
But I
be
hate
some
Switzerland.
unpleasantness. Oh, what? Don't join it now. It will end in my being conveyed into the house. As soon as I'm able to, I shall open one of the windows. You are to watch from outside. When I raise my hand, you will throw an object. That I shall give you through the window and at the same time cry, "Fire!" You follow me?
Entirely, but what am I to throw?
Oh, it's nothing very formidable. Here it is.
Oh, looks like a great big cigar.
An ordinary plumber's smoke rocket, fitted with a cap at either end to make it self-lighting. Your task is confined to throwing it through the window. When you raise the cry of fire, it will be taken up by quite a number of people. You may then walk to the end of the street, and I'll rejoin you in 10 minutes. I hope I've made myself clear.
Perfectly.
Good. Now, old fella, as soon as I've done my clerical attire, let's be on our way. There's no time to be lost.
It's nearly 6:30, Holmes. We've been pacing up and down the front of her house for an hour and a half now. I hope she does come back.
I'm sure she will.
There seems to be a lot of loafers hanging around her gate.
All part of my conspiracy, old chap. You'll see them play their parts in a few minutes.
You still think the photograph is inside the house?
Yes. It's most unlikely that she carries it about her. Remember, the king told us it was a large, framed picture. And also, remember that she planned to use it within a few days. It must be where she can lay her hands on it. It must be inside her house.
But her house has been burgled! Twice!
Oh, psh! They didn't know how to look.
How will you look?
I won't. I'll get her to show me.
Oh, she'll refuse!
She won't be able to. Shh, shh, shh. Here she comes to the carriage now. Remember, Watson, carry out my orders to the letter.
You can trust me! Good luck!
Blimey. Here comes the Duchess of Tiddlywinks. Let's put out a carpet. She might get her tootsies wet.
Ah, put a sock in it, Alfie.
Leave him alone. She's no better than she ought to be.
Please, please, let me through. I live here.
Well, ain't that nice? Well, I'll come in and have a cup of cocoa.
Move out of the way, please, and let the lady through.
Mind your own business. Just 'cause your collar's turned the wrong way around, you can't spoil our fun.
That's right, eh? Keep your nose out of it, Paulson.
Stop
shoving, will ya?
Please, please, don't fight about it.
I'll tell you what. Stop molesting the lady, please.
Do ya? Then how would you like a biff on the nose, Mr. Clergyman?
No. Oh, he hit the poor man, and then he ran away. The coward. Is the clergyman badly hurt?
He hit his head, ma'am, as he fell. If you ask me, he's hurt pretty bad.
Ah, he's bleeding something terrible.
Can we bring him in? He can't lie here in the street.
Oh, why, of course. Bring him in.
Right you are, Mum. Come here, Bert.
Right now.
Give us a hand.
Cool, poor fella. Do you see what happened to him, mister?
Over the door, like, yes, I saw a good woman. A very convincing demonstration.
What you mean?
Weren't you, paid by a certain gentleman for this performance?
Oh, you know about it, too. You must be a friend of Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, I am.
Nice gentleman. He gave us 5 bob apiece for tonight's work. We ain't through yet, though. We gotta start yelling fire when somebody tells us.
I'm that somebody, my dear. There, Mr. Holmes now. He's inside the house.
Yes, he's opening the window.
Now he's raising his hand. That's my signal. Now to throw. Ah! Ah, there we go. Fire!
All right, we all need to do this together. All right, 3, 2, 1. Fire!
Fire!
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Fire!
Holmes, there you are. Have you the photograph?
No, but I know where it is. She showed me, as I told you she would.
Well, I'm still in the dark.
There's no mystery, old chap. When my accomplices started the row in the street, I had little more... I had a little in my hand. My good friend Alfie pretended to strike me. I clapped my hands to my head and I fell down. It's an old trick.
Yes, I understand that, but how did my throwing the rocket help you?
Believe me, it was all important, my dear fellow. When a woman thinks her house is on fire, her instinct is at once to rush for the thing that she values most. A married woman grabs her baby. An unmarried one reaches for her jewel box. In this case, of course, it was a photograph.
Where was it?
In a recess in the living room, just above the right-hand bell pull. I caught a glimpse of it as she drew it out. When I made it known that the fire was a false alarm, she replaced the photograph. And as soon as I was able to, I advised her that I was feeling well enough to leave.
You didn't take the photograph then?
No. I felt that over-precipitance at this stage might ruin everything.
What do we do now?
Drive to the Langham Hotel and inform His Majesty of what has happened. Then return here with him. And after that, my dear chap, the case will be ended.
This is Barony Lodge, Your Majesty.
I'm all impatient. You are certain the photograph will still be there, Mr. Holmes?
I have every reason to believe so, Your Majesty.
I must confess, this is going to be something of ordeal.
Then I suggest that you let me do the talking, Your Majesty. I think I know how to handle the lady.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I believe.
Yes, I am Mr. Holmes, but how did you know who...
My
what
mistress
was?
told me you were likely to call. She's left for the continent with her husband.
You mean she's left England?
Never to return.
Then the papers and the photograph, all is lost.
We'll soon see. Follow me.
She said you were looking for something. I hope you find it.
This was the bell rope. Sliding panel behind it. Uh-huh. Yep. Here it is.
Is the photograph there, Mr. Holmes?
There is a photograph, Your Majesty, but it's, a photograph of the lady alone. Here's a letter. It's addressed to me.
What does it say, Holmes?
My dear Mr. Sherlock Holmes, you really did it very well until after the fire alarm. I had no suspicion. But then, when I realized how I'd betrayed myself, I began to think. I had been warned that if the king employed an agent, he would certainly employ you. May I congratulate you on your disguise as a dear old clergyman.
Great Scott! She was much more clever than you thought, Holmes.
Yeah, go on. What else does it say?
My husband and I both thought that the best recourse was flight, so you will find the nest empty. As to the photograph of the king and myself, His Majesty, may he rest in peace. Oh, thank goodness for that. I love and am loved by a better man than he. I leave another photograph, however, that he might care to possess, and I remain, dear Mr. Sherlock Holmes, very truly yours, Irene Norton, née Adler. What a woman, Watson, what a woman! What a magnificent woman! She fooled me completely. But, I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I've been unable to bring your business to a more successful conclusion.
On contrary, dear sir, nothing could be more successful. I know that Irene's world is inviolate. The incriminating photograph is now safe as if it was in the fire. Ha ha ha.
Well, I'm glad to hear your majesty say so.
I'm immensely indebted to you. Pray tell me in what way I can reward you. This beryl ring that I wear, I should be proud to...
Your Majesty has something that I should value even more highly.
You have but name it.
This photograph, sir.
Irene's photograph? But certainly, however, you must let me give you something more substantial.
Oh, no, Your Majesty. This is something I shall treasure all my life. This and a golden sovereign I received from the lady's hand. They'll remind me that I was once tricked by a woman. A woman I shall never forget.
Gee, Doctor, what a woman that Miss Adler. Or should I say Mrs. Norton. That's the kind of woman I could really go for.
Yes, I believe you could. Just between ourselves, you know, I sort of could go for her myself.
Dan
We
froze.
lost Dan.
She was intelligent.
Oh,
We lost Dan.
she was red. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll resume
And beautiful.
Dan's announcer role until until he comes back.
Sounds good.
All right. She was intelligent
She was rich.
and beautiful. That's the kind of woman you want sitting next to you in front of a cozy fire on a nippy fall night. Just the three of you.
The three of you?
Mm-hmm. You, she, and a glass of Petri port.
Oh, Mr. Bartell, you shill.
Well, why not?
Oh, gracious me.
Petri California port is some wine. Boy, that Petri family knows how to make some good wine, all right, and no wonder. Look at all the experience they've had ever since they started the Petri business. Am I pronouncing that right? Anybody? Petri?
I believe it's Petrie. What do you say,
Petri,
Dad?
way back in the 1800s, the Petri family has handed down from father to son, the art of selecting perfect, sun-ripened California grapes and making them into clear, fragrant, delicious wine. Those letters, P-E-T-R-I, on the label of every bottle of Petri wine are the personal assurance of the Petri family that every drop of wine in that bottle is good wine. It's gotta be, because Petri took time to bring you good wine. Well, Dr. Watson, that was a great story you told us tonight.
I thought you'd like it, Mr. Bartell. That's why I plan to tell you the sequel to it next week!
Back to Dan.
A sequel? Say, that sounds exciting, Doctor.
Oh, I think you'll find it proves to be, Mr. Bartell. The story takes place 20 years after tonight's adventure. Once again, the principal part is played by a woman. Only in this case, it isn't Irene Adler. It's her daughter! Oh, and, now, Mr. Bartell, before I go, I want to remind all our listeners that they owe a real great of gratitude to the selective service boards of these communities, and their communities. At this moment, the selective service boards are working harder than ever, making sure everyone's returning veteran knows his rights and privileges. And the boards are helping him take full advantage of those rights and privileges. They're helping veterans by become a sellout to the government.
What?
Should I take the outro?
Good job. Yeah.
All right. Tonight's Sherlock Holmes adventure was written by Dennis Green and Anthony Boucher and is an adaptation of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's story, A Scandal in Bohemia. Music is by none of these people because we don't have the rights to any of it. And appears courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and Mr. Bruce through the courtesy of Universal Pictures, where they are now starring in the Sherlock Holmes series. The Petrie Wine Company of San Francisco, California invites you to tune in again next week. Same time, same station. Sherlock Holmes comes to you from our Hollywood studios.
Woot woot!
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Sorry for the tech trouble tonight.
It happens.
So it goes.
Dan, you got one more line.
Oh, I closed the script. I don't know what it is.
This is Harry Bartell saying good night for the Petrie family. For a solid hour of exciting mystery dramas, listen every Monday on most of these same stations at 8 o'clock to Bulldog Drummond, followed immediately by Sherlock Holmes.
This has been a mutual wrestling system.
All right, that was really good. I think we're getting the hang of this. Yeah, it was fun. Boy, Josh, you really committed, huh?
Oh yeah.
No, you have to.
I didn't know it was coming.
I
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
You
I
missed last
totally
time.
forgot.
Yeah. Oh no.
I was I was recovering from shot number 2 last time.
Yeah, right. And Barry, I had no idea you had this much range in your voices. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
all over.
That's
Oh,
pretty
I'm
skilled,
glad I
man.
do a different one every time.
Nice.
Okay, so tonight I thought it'd be fun to try and do a little bit of a trivia game on the post-show side of things, just since we've got a few minutes left. You guys down for some Sherlock Holmes trivia?
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I do not
Alright.
have Twitch open tonight, so I can't keep. I'm not in chat. If we have anybody there, that's. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, agreed. I don't know.
Thanks,
I haven't really been
Commander
watching
Root.
Later. We
I
don't
can keep an eye
have-
out.
Oh yeah. Not a lot of numbers tonight, but that is fine. Do not care. I have more fun just hanging out with you guys.
That's
Alright,
so
give me a-
sweet.
No, for serious, I look forward to this. I really do. All right,
Yeah,
let's take a look.
same.
I found this random Sherlock Holmes quiz on the interwebs,
Ooh.
and it just reminds me of like I don't know if anybody watches Mr. Sunday Movies on YouTube, but he does these quizzes all the time, and it's really
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
So let's see what we know. All right, what I thought I'd do is I'd go clockwise around. So we'll do one question to Deepa, one to Barry, Josh, etc., etc., etc. So Deepa, you're up first. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was the prolific author of the Sherlock Holmes novels. Which of these titles were not written by him? 1. A Study in Scarlet. B. The Hounds of Baskervilles. C. The Sign of Four. And F. The Telltale Heart.
I'm gonna go with F, the Telltale Heart.
Correct! Alright.
Yay!
Please continue the trend of using a different number or letter for
Yeah.
every.
That's gonna get stale real
One.
quick.
B. Roman numeral 3.
Primary
swastika.
selection. Question 2 for
Triangle.
Barry. For Barry.
221B Baker Street.
221B Baker Street in London. Okay. Correct. Alright, moving on. If I can figure out how to scroll this page with this thing. Okay. Number 3 to Josh. From Conan Doyle to Dr. Doyle, the author has been referred to by many names. What is his full real name? Sir Arthur
It's got to be the
Conan
Ignatius
Doyle.
one, right?
Ignatius? You going with that?
Yeah. I literally have no other
Correcto.
idea, so. I don't think it's Big Jim.
I don't know. I was going for that one.
Wasn't
I don't know.
that an
I mean,
action
it's
figure?
plausible.
Wasn't that like a 12-inch tall action figure?
A Big Jim action figure?
A Big Jim?
Big Jim.
Yeah.
I don't
Conan
remember
Doyle.
that.
It's like out of the original prior to G.I.
hiding
Joe
in
time.
some bedside drawers.
Oh yeah.
It's like Paul Bunyan in a
Was it
deer
battery
stalker
operated?
cap.
Look up a Big Jim, but maybe make it private.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Don't do it live on
I think that makes it worse.
Please, please God, don't do it
Big
live.
Big Jim doll. And don't do it on porn.
All right,
That's my default search engine.
Dan, you're up. The character Sherlock Holmes is extremely quotable. His dialogue sharp and acerbic. Which of these is his most famous quotes? The body tells all, alive or dead. Facts, figures, I always go with my instinct on these matters. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. And a companion, dog, or tortoise is all I need.
That sounds right.
This seems.
I was looking for It's Elementary, but okay.
I was looking for the game is a.
He actually
flip or
never
something
said that.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah.
He actually,
What?
yeah, he actually never said it's elementary, dear Watson.
Right. I was actually gonna segue into that in the after discussion. Because, well, no, it's interesting because you're absolutely 110% right. They made it a catchphrase for the sake of Hollywood, and I was gonna remark about how it doesn't even appear in these radio dramas. Really, it only started happening in the films, which I found kind of interesting.
And then they named a whole show on it.
Well, I'm gonna be wrong
Yep.
and go with C, I guess. I have no
C?
idea.
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable,
Feeling
must be the
B,
truth.
but
I feel like
Oh.
I've heard
Dan?
it before, so that
Dan
that's
picked-
what I'm going with.
Same.
Dan picked C. Correcto.
Damn.
Not bad. All right, Mel. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle created not only Sherlock Holmes, but the Watson character as well. What do Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and Watson have in common? Favorite fruits, bananas. They're both physicians. They're both double-jointed. Their favorite drink is a martini, shaken, not stirred. Lame.
Go with position.
Physicians. Dr. Watson is correct. Well, you're not Dr. Watson tonight. You know what I mean. And Kristen, what
man,
has
I'll
been,
take it.
What has been erected the former birthplace of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? Doyle's birthplace was demolished in 1970. It's a statue of a book, statue of Conan Doyle himself, statue of Sherlock Holmes, statue of a pigeon.
I'm gonna go with statue of Sherlock Holmes.
Final answer is
okay.
correct. All right, we're getting somewhere. These are actually starting to get interesting because most of the time they're really stupid and easy. Back to Deepa. Sherlock Holmes stories are timeless. They have been in print for over a century. When was the first Sherlock Holmes story published? 1887, 1893, 1918, or 1923?
Okay, I'll probably start getting this wrong at this point. Was it like 18? Oh, I can't see it.
Sorry.
Yep, there it goes. No, that's okay. I'm just gonna, I don't know, 1893?
1893?
Oof.
Oh, Sherlock got the
Dang
first
it.
question wrong. 1887 is the
myself.
correct answer.
Wow, okay.
All right, back to Barry. Sherlock Holmes is many actors' dream role. Which of these actors has not taken on the brilliant detective in a movie? Robert Downey Jr., Basil Rathbone, John Lee Miller, Sir Ian Murray McKellen. I did not know his middle name was Murray.
That's the other Ian McKellen.
But there's two. I'm gonna. It's obviously Downey's been it. I can't see Ian McKellen not having it, and I'm not entirely sure who they are. But I'm gonna go with Basil Rathbone.
You're right, because... Oh, no,
Damn
wait.
it.
Jonathan Lee Miller.
That's the elementary guy.
Oh, they're splitting hairs by just making it movie.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's
That's
bullshit,
very
'cause
rude.
I was gonna shout that out
that
because
is-
I actually had to shoot a promo once upon a time when I worked at CBS for Sherlock with Johnny Lee Miller. So I'm that caught me off guard. All right, moving on. Josh, a superior detective needs a mastermind to test his wits against. Who is Sherlock Holmes' biggest nemesis? Morticia, Dr. Morse, Professor
Why,
Moriarty,
Professor
and the Crowner.
Moriarty?
Obviously, the
Yeah,
Crowner.
that's
Come
an
on.
easy one.
Morticia
Morticia
Adams?
Adams.
Morticia
Yep.
Adams. Oof.
I would pay good money
This was actually before she
to
was
see an
married.
Adams Family Sherlock Holmes crossover.
That'd be good.
Ooh.
That'd be baller.
Yes.
Right?
Let's
I'm
write
into
it.
that. Yes. Let's get on a Deepa.
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
Let's write it. Let's perform it. Let's do this.
Oh my god, why can't I scroll this page today? Alright, wait, who did I... just talked to?
That was me.
Josh.
Me.
Dan, other than Professor Moriarty, who is an arch enemy of Sherlock Holmes? Colonel Sebastian Moran, Colonel Clink, Sergeant Wadesworth, and Major Devenish.
Like to phone a friend.
Hogan!
Phone a friend?
I have no idea.
Throw a
I think
dart.
it's Devonish.
I think it's
Sure, let's go
Moran.
with D.
I'm gonna go with one.
But...
Yeah, Sebastian Moran was the correct answer.
Yeah, got it.
Never even heard that name before.
Nope.
Oddly
Neither
enough,
have I.
his
Still
nickname
got it
was
right.
Clink.
Shut up.
Mel, which of these substances did Sherlock Holmes partake in at times? Morphine, cocaine, alcohol, all of the above.
I think I'm going with all of the above.
The cocaine.
Correct.
The cocaine.
I love the
Michael
phrasing of
Knight.
this question. What did he partake in at times? Like, he wasn't an addict or anything.
You mean like...
Not at
Wait,
all.
He dabbled.
Oh yeah.
He just
no,
dabbled.
no. Sherlock Holmes walked
Mostly
around
during
with
the
an-
hours of, Hey, you cut out there.
Oh, I was just saying Sherlock Holmes walked around with an 8-ball in his pocket at all times. It's not even like uncommon knowledge.
Yeah, like-
Alright, moving on. Kristen, what percentage of cocaine solution does Sherlock use to inject himself? Is it 7%?
100%.
13%? 20%? 40%?
How did
I'm
you
between
pure
7
stuff,
and
baby.
20.
20?
I
it's
was
only
yeah.
7%.
I was between 7 and 20. So yeah, no, that
I was
makes
gonna
sense.
go with 40. I'm like, I don't know.
My
I don't know how this works.
my brain
Just
said,
going big.
someone's trying
Go
to
big.
kill somebody. Like,
Like, the higher the percentage, the purer it is, right? It's like back
What
in
a
the
what?
day. That's just what I assume.
yeah, yeah.
It's- he's
that's
only-
why we
Obviously,
only-
we're obviously all very intense cocaine users.
Yep.
He just needs to walk around with a gentleman's buzz at all times. It helps improve his clarity. Get off his back. Deepa, which composer was a favorite of Sherlock Holmes? Beethoven, Wagner, Handel. He disliked them all.
Oh, poop.
It's a
Can I
good
just,
one.
he disliked them all?
He liked the German one.
Wagner, son of a bitch. Of course he did. Of
Kill the
course he did.
rabbit. Kill the wabbit. Kill the wabbit. Kill the wabbit. Come on. I've been watching 30 Rock, so yeah, that's fresh in my mind. Barry. Sherlock Holmes' residence was maintained by a landlady. What was her name? Lady Macbeth, Mademoiselle
Hudson.
Shea, Mrs. Hudson. Correct. You knew that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It was a character in the
That's
That's
first
always the
half.
big thing.
Yeah.
Josh, Mrs.
It's Shaun
Next
of the Dead's
question.
mom.
Oh, you looked below the freaking question. That's all you did.
No, that's not. I've watched several.
she's not-
Sherlock Holmes.
She's on the Benedict
I've watched-
Cumberbatch show a lot.
Oh, is she? I've never
Yeah,
seen
she
the
was.
Benedict.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I just realized I missed an opportunity.
good one?
Deepa, we should have made you do the whole thing in a Benedict Cumberbatch impression.
Yeah.
Can you
Well,
do
like-
it?
That would have been
By way of-
horrible.
Wait, I want to see her
So
try.
by way of Smaug the Dragon.
Wait, what? I can't do it. I don't know what he sounds like. I can't remember what he sounds. I haven't
sounds
seen
like a-
one of his
he-
movies.
He sounds like
He sounds like a
penguin.
snooty white British guy.
He
He
says
sounds
penguin
like
like
a
penguin.
watered down Alan
Penguin.
Rickman.
Like a bang.
A watered down angry penguin? What?
No, watered down Alan Rickman.
No, to explain the penguin, Benedict Cumberbatch famously cannot say the word penguin.
I mean, he can.
Oh, you're right!
A penguin
On camera,
documentary.
he sure could.
Are you
He did a
there's
whole
viral
nature
video-
documentary where he pronounced it wrong, and no one corrected
Penguin.
him.
Every time.
And wrong.
different.
Ping.
Yeah, exactly. That was the best part. Is he
Penguin.
didn't do it the same way every time.
penguin?
Nope.
Like,
No, not
the
even
wrong
close.
episode? No?
Penguin.
No, he
Penguin.
called
Penguin.
penguin with an L and penguin with a W.
Pingling.
Penguin. Penguin.
I think there might have been that in there.
Oh, God. Yeah, no.
All
I
right.
can't. I can't.
Back to trivia. Back to Josh. Mrs. Hudson had to put up with a lot of
God.
curious behavior from Sherlock Holmes. Which of these did she have to tolerate? His occasional revolver
D.
practice indoors, Which one? D?
Yeah.
D, baby.
All of the above. For those listening on the audio, I'm going to finish reading them. His weird and often malodorous scientific experiments, and people visiting homes at all hours of the day and night. D, all of the above is correct.
Poor
Dan,
Mrs. Hudson.
Dan, in a study in Scarlet, The Sign of the Four, and The Adventure of the Crooked Man, Holmes occasionally employs agents from the city's underclass. Which name did he give to these agents? The Baker Street Dozen, London Undies, the Baker Street Irregulars, or the Regulars?
Why am I getting all of these, like, I've never read this. I have no idea.
It's the irregulars.
London Undies.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the London
I was going to go with the irregulars.
The Regulars?
Yeah.
Correct.
Irregulars, yep.
Wow. Very nice.
I mean, just think about it. That's such a British term to apply to somebody. It's like, you're not a
Yep.
you're just slightly irregular. I cannot do a
A
British
really
accent
nice
to
way of
save my
saying
life.
homeless, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, Mel. Holmes. Oh, wait, no, you're not finishing up. I thought it was the last one, but it's not. Mel, Holmes and Watson were roommates before Watson's marriage, and again after his wife's death. What was Mrs. Watson's maiden name? Mary Morstan, Mary Anderson, Marilyn Manson, Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, she was beautiful people.
Sorry, Mel, what'd you say?
First one.
First one, Mary Morstan. Correct.
Mhm.
We are learning.
It sounded
here
very
today.
British.
Kristen, what instrument does Sherlock Holmes play? The trumpet, the flute, the
I know
violin,
this.
all of the above.
Violin.
Correct. I knew that one. And back to Deepa. When it comes to defending
Jesus.
himself against the criminal element, in which of these skills is Holmes not an expert? Single stick combat, boxing, sword fighting, crossbow shooting.
What the shit?
That is a correct response.
Single stick combat? Or sword fight?
Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Nope. Crossbow shooting.
For the love
Sounds
of
like a
God.
pussy to me.
Okay.
Barry.
Well, yeah, I think I'm accurate. There isn't crossbows that much.
There are items that will always be associated with Sherlock Holmes. Which of these items is not part of his fictional appearance? Notebook and pen, Meerschaum pipe, I don't know if that's pronounced correct at all, deerstalker hat, trench coat.
I'll say Meerschaum.
Meerschaum.
I want to say, yeah, I'll say the notebook and the pen.
Correct. Too cliche. Josh.
Well, he has a pipe, he has a coat, and he definitely has a deerskin hat.
True, in every
So
single.
how
just
portable
keeps it
are
all
pens
up
in the
here.
1880s?
Josh, is it really surprising how many actors have... It is really surprising how many actors have portrayed Sherlock Holmes. Which of these did not portray him? Michael Caine, Daniel Craig, Peter O'Toole, Larry Hagman.
I don't think Daniel Craig has, right?
Wait,
Correct.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig has never
Michael
played
Caine.
Sherlock Holmes. And to bring things full circle, the correct way to pronounce Michael Caine's name is to just say Michael Caine.
In a British
Michael
accent.
Caine.
Michael Caine.
That's how you
Michael
get the British
Caine.
accent. You say Michael
Michael
Caine.
Caine. Michael
Michael
Caine.
Caine.
I just need to...
Well, that's
That's so
Michael
wide.
Caine, Watson.
I need to digress for a second. One of my favorite memes is this this callback where it's oh shoot, I gotta find it verbatim because it's too funny. There's a tweet out there. Hang on, let me see if I can get this on screen because it made me cry with laughter. 1 second.
Ooh,
right.
hi choose! Yes!
This made
Yes,
me
I
shit myself
too.
laughing. When I was a kid, I used to say to my dad, "Dad," and he would go, "Yes, sir, Michael Caine." And I would just open my mouth and point at it and wait for him to point beans in there. You're welcome.
That's so amazing. Oh, can like some interviewer pay him to say that? That would be so amazing.
I'll give you a solid $5 if you say this.
I'm sure he's on Cameo, right?
That's like something Jimmy Fallon would do, right?
All right. Moving on. And I am completely spacing again. Who's up? Who's next? Dan? Is it
Josh
your turn?
just went.
Yes.
Okay. Dan,
Can't stop laughing. That's not fair.
How did you do on the
Life's
last
not
one?
fair.
How did we do on the last one? One more chance. Which of these actors did not portray Sherlock Holmes? Leonard Nimoy,
Jeez.
Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Ron Howard.
What?
I refuse to believe. Have they ever made Sherlock Holmes a ginger? I don't think they have.
It's because like Ron Howard seems the most out of place.
Try it.
Yeah,
False.
sure.
Oh,
Timothy Dalton, wow.
that's surprising.
I need to find the
Really?
Ron Howard version, though.
I
did
had
not
no
know.
idea.
You didn't know.
That about?
Did he do like
Is it
a
the
young,
same?
Yeah, well, I
Sherlock
know,
Holmes
because
when he was
the-
Opie?
Yeah,
But
it
is it
was just him.
actually Ron Howard?
It was him as Opie
Oh, he was
playing Sherlock Holmes, calling shenanigans.
I
Oh,
watched that.
because it's Ronald Howard and not Ron Howard. It's Ronald Howard. So he was in a movie he was in a show in 1955. It's a different actor.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh wow, Trixie.
Well,
Super tricksy.
dumb.
Moving on to the next one.
Super
Mel,
dumb.
which person did Sir Arthur Conan Doyle base the character of Sherlock Holmes on? Conan Doyle's grandfather, the James Bond character, Joseph Bell, Doyle's mentor and forensic surgeon, or Peter Falk?
His mentor.
Joey Bell.
Correct, Joseph Bell,
Wow.
forensic surgeon. It actually makes a lot of sense, let's be honest. Wow, there's a lot to this quiz.
Okay.
Kristen, what is the name of the dog Sherlock uses? Marzipan, Spot,
Uses?
Toby, Esmeralda.
I'm gonna go with Spot.
Spot is
For
incorrect.
of that
Surprise.
question.
I don't know,
is the
man.
name of
Sherlock's kind of a
Sherlock's dog.
basic bitch, I was assuming.
He uses
Never thought I'd
cocaine.
hear
He
those.
uses his dog.
Never thought I'd hear those words uttered. Sherlock Holmes is a
He-
basic bitch.
Maybe, possibly off the dog's back.
Well, he legitimately doesn't know like what planets are in the solar system because he hasn't had a case on the solar system. So like he's kind of a basic bitch. Spot gets
Keith
me
off the back of
by.
a dog.
I've had dog sniff.
Deepa, in the
That's
TV
all.
series Elementary, who plays Watson? Jude Law, Lucy Liu, Timothy Riley, Gareth David Lloyd.
Is it Lucy
Tommy
Liu?
It's Lucy Liu.
Yep.
For sure. She's actually really good.
Probably all right.
She is.
Barry, who has not portrayed Moriarty on stage or screen? Andrew Scott, Richard Roxburgh, Al Pacino, Jared Harris. Gee.
Hoo-ha! What they do? Oh. It's like,
I'll get you, Holmes.
gotta be Pacino. Can't be.
Say hello to my little friend.
Say
Yeah,
hello
was in the movie.
to my little Watson.
I actually think an Al Pacino
Oh,
Sherlock Holmes
you know
is
what?
really good.
That would be
It would
glorious.
be great. Matter of fact, I think
intense.
Scarface was actually based on Sherlock Holmes.
Now I just want to go watch like The Critic, where they have all the Al Pacino cameos.
Weird crossovers.
My hoo-ha! All right.
It stinks.
Buy my book.
Buy my book.
Buy my
book.
Josh, what is the name of Sherlock Holmes' older brother? Ron, Rupert, Mycroft, Charles.
It's Mycroft, baby.
Mycroft it is. Very good. Dan, in the Elementary TV series, who is cast as Professor Moriarty? A woman, a child prodigy, I can't say that word, prodigy, Sherlock Holmes' brother, Sherlock Holmes' uncle.
His brother? That seemed.
Nope, it's the
Oh, woman.
A woman. Shock value, right?
Natalie Dormer.
Oh, is that her name? I've
Never watched the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Really?
Made
I did for a
progress
bit. It was
never
good.
watched it.
Oh, wow.
Anybody?
I just read the
Wait,
explanation.
before we go on, I did want to ask, who here has seen or witnessed what Sherlock Holmes? Because I only remember, like, old-timey, like, I want to say movie serials that, like, my grandma would rent from the library, like the local library for me. But I never watched Elementary, I never watched the Robert Downey Jr.'s, I haven't watched the Will Ferrell one, any of that. Has anybody seen any of them?
Will Ferrell.
I've watched
seen
Elementary.
the Robert Downey Jr. ones.
I've seen those ones. I've seen the Elementary, and I've seen the Benedict Cumberbatch ones, like
I've
at
watched
least
the
a couple
Cumberbatch,
seasons.
Yeah.
And I read a couple of
Benedict
them as well.
Cumberbatch and the Robert Downey Jr. one.
Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century, obviously. A timeless classic.
I know.
I guess
talking
there's
about
had to
Read a
be like
couple of
some
books
other
about
random things before that
Hmm?
that I'm sure I watched, like old, from the library type things, like you said.
Well, it's like...
I think I'm just more
infinitely
familiar with the popular character of Sherlock Holmes since it appears in so many things.
Right?
I agree, it kind of just
I've experienced
transcends
Sherlock Holmes
pop
in
culture.
many media.
Yeah.
I read a lot
The
of
most recent one
Slylock comic strips.
I've also definitely seen Kermit the Frog as Sherlock Holmes on Muppet Babies. At least once.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah, who hasn't
There's
parodied
a
Sherlock Holmes?
there's a Bert and Ernie shorts on YouTube that is also them as
Holmes and
Oh,
Watson.
Watson. Yeah,
Them
those
as-
again.
Timing. Oh, man.
Always with the cliffhangers, Dan.
We'll never know.
Is it storming upstate or something? What's going on?
No!
No,
Not my...
it's just his computer.
Wait, did
Yeah.
we was he next up? Who just
Have
who
you
just went?
tried turning it off and on? It was,
think
I
it's
think it
Mel.
might be him next, yeah.
Mel,
Yeah,
did you just
it
go?
might be me.
Okay. Not paying attention.
We'll go
at
with
all.
it.
All right. Kristen, let's bring this home.
No,
How many
Mel's-
years older-
oh.
Oh, Mel's up. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay. How many years older is Mycroft than Sherlock? Only 9 months, 2 years, 3 years, 7 years.
I'd go with the 9 months just because it sounds weird.
Sounds dramatic, right? Oh, 7 years.
Ah.
7 years is correct.
One extreme or the other.
Yeah, of course. Now it's Kristen's turn. How does Mycroft's brain power compare to Sherlock's? Sherlock has far superior brain power. Mycroft has deductive abilities and knowledge superior to Sherlock. It has never been compared in the literature, or they are equal in their deductive and observational power.
I'm gonna say they're equal.
It's
Mycroft's better.
Nope.
I was gonna say on the
Oh,
TV
yeah.
show he was smarter.
Mycroft's better.
That's right. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Deepa, who plays Sherlock
my
Holmes'
God.
father in the Elementary TV series? John Noble, Tom Baker, Peter Cushing, Tobias Gregson.
I know.
I
it's
have no
not.
freaking clue.
Oh,
I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna close my eyes and just pick one. I landed on Tobias Gregson.
Tobias Gregson? No, it was John Noble.
Okay. Wah, wah.
Oh well. Barry, if you take...
Oh man! Ouch! Somehow that hurts a lot more.
well, yeah, 'cause it feels like you lost on Price is Right, too.
You know, I actually had a friend that was on Price is Right. I think it was like
I had a
last
cousin who
year
was on
or a
Price is
couple
Right.
years ago, and he won pretty big. He just lost at that wheel thing. And people
No, my
booed him.
cousin totally spaced and picked the obviously wrong answer out of two choices.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had a friend from college who was obsessed with game shows and knew everything you could possibly know about it. He landed a spot on Price is Right, and he won everything, including both the showcases.
what?
Oh damn!
Wow.
No, it was
Oh, yeah.
nuts.
You can learn it. There's actually a whole documentary on Netflix, sponsored the podcast.
Did he?
Really?
Did he end up keeping it? 'Cause, you have to pay all these taxes on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened in the end, but like his goal was to land a job doing making game shows. Like writing, which I think happened.
And that was a young Merv Griffith.
I always loved Price is Right.
That old.
I'm a joke.
All right, moving on.
My normal go-to for that joke is a young Jodie Foster. But
we only got a few left, and as per usual, I forgot where we left off.
we're on me, and
I got it
this
wrong.
is stupid.
Okay,
101.
Barry, if you take
101.
if you take into account film, 101 is your answer. Okay, we got an
Yeah.
audio podcast, so I have to read it.
I know,
If you take
but
into account film, TV, stage, and radio portrayal, how many actors have portrayed Sherlock Holmes worldwide? 15, 36, 54. Barry says it's 101. It is correct. 101.
with that, all those things, I'm like, it's got to be big.
Yeah,
At
it has
this
to
point,
be
For
though,
big.
Japan, to
I
France,
haven't-
the UK, and the US.
102 now.
I'd say I have no idea when this quiz was made, so. Josh.
Deepa is 102.
Oh, shoot.
Yes!
True. That's true.
Get it on her
You are.
IMDb.
Oh my god, yes! Thank you so very much. It'll be on there. Take a look.
Josh, which of the following actors have played both Holmes and Watson? Brandy Book Cumbersnatch, Patrick McNee, Peter Cushing, My Cocaine.
I don't know. My gut reaction is saying Peter Cushing. I don't know why.
No, Patrick.
I don't know who
McNee.
Patrick McNee is.
Me neither.
Me either.
Oh, from Avengers. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely.
But not that Avengers.
Right. The one, the British.
Right. British
Old
Avengers.
time me.
Yeah. Peter Cushing, absolutely Sherlock.
Yeah,
Watson,
without
eh.
a doubt. Peter Cushing might be the pinnacle of Sherlock, in my opinion. Which famous this is for Dan. Which famous actor who portrayed Sherlock Holmes is also the creator and one of the producers for the Elementary TV series? Jeremy Brett, Johnny Lee Miller, Jude Law, Robert Downey Jr.
I mean, is it the guy who is the actor in the show?
Yeah, it's no. Holy shit!
No.
RD squared,
Bobby.
man. RD squared.
It's Robert Downey
did
Jr.
not-
I had no idea he was involved with the show. I
He's
assumed
like,
I
wow.
did not know who that
I
is.
just. He must really love Sherlock Holmes.
that's kind of neat, actually.
I mean,
Uh,
they have so much in common.
they both like Burger King. Mel, Conan
Yep.
Doyle's stories. Conan
Whopper.
Doyle's stories. have
RDJ
been
is always
podcast.
listening.
Conan Doyle's stories has always been adapted into a variety of formats. Which of these formats have not been done? A BBC radio series? That's an easy no. Animated film, stage musical, rap song.
A bunch of random people doing radio plays on the internet.
Animated film. No. Oh wait.
Nope, that's
Phil.
yeah. There's the mouse one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't it called The Great Mouse
technically
Detective,
not. That's the
though?
Great Mouse Detective.
That's not
Great
him.
Mouse Detective.
Yeah.
You
I don't think
are
he's
going
Sherlock
to
Holmes,
claim
though, right?
that Disney would claim that's not their own thing.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's a first.
Rap song, I guess.
Rap song?
Gotta be
you're
one.
correct.
Oh,
For now.
damn. I was really hoping that she would get it wrong, and then we could look it up.
Like, there's no way they were getting away without doing a musical.
There's
Challenge
got to be like a
accepted.
rap battles of history.
Oh, probably, right?
You would think.
There is absolutely a Sherlock Holmes epic rap battles of history.
I'd love to show
It was.
up.
I think it was a Sherlock Holmes versus Dr. House.
Mel, you finished us
Pretty
off. We
sure.
only scored a 60%. We suck.
Okay, most of that was my bad.
Average score
I'm
is
really
66,
sorry.
so I say we're good.
Well, I got one question right.
Still worth it though. That was fun. All right, cool. I think we've been at this for a while now, guys. We'll probably wrap it up soon. Anybody got any thoughts for what we want to do next time around? What are we feeling like?
Something where I can say the word gadget.
I mean, you did pull
Go-Go
Hitchhiker's
Gadget?
Guide to the Galaxy.
The what? Galaxy?
Just Petrie wine
Hitchhiker's Guide?
advertisements.
Oh,
I-
yeah,
we
Hitchhiker's
mentioned
Guide.
that.
I
That
still,
would be fun.
Hitchhiker's Guide's a little ambitious for me right now. I want to get out of this this work
That's fair.
phase I'm in
That's
the
fair.
middle of right now, and then we'll look at Hitchhiker's Guide. But we did have that
Too many sound
fantastic-
effects.
Maybe more just like, yeah. I've got one more week at work where I'm packing up this. I've spent 6 weeks doing this, packing up all 4 of our studios and getting them on a truck to move out to our new location. So yeah, it's kind of murdering me.
Now,
Next week's our last week.
not that I'm suggesting anything, but if that test demo CNET got of the transforming Optimus Prime happened to disappear, I would not be upset.
I wish I could have checked that thing out in real time, because a lot of times
Oh.
because it was Bridget, our one of our New York talent, who did the review on it, and she had a blast with it with her and her daughter, and I was jealous that I didn't get to work on it, because usually I get to work on toy stuff with Bridget. If you look back at like her Christmas gift guide stuff, I usually work with Bridget, so I was a little bummed to not work on that one, but that was pretty cool. Yeah,
The funniest thing I
big
saw
side
about
of it.
that.
I will say that made me say, you know what? I could pick up a few shifts.
It was pretty gnarly.
I'm like,
What were you saying, Dan?
I wasn't sure if you could hear me or not. The funniest thing I saw about that CNET article was someone took the video or the picture of Bridget and her daughter completely out of context.
Oh my god!
Legit freaking cliffhanger! What the
Dan
shit?
keeps freezing. Sorry, anybody
So it
listening
looked
or
like she
watching.
was going to murder her.
Dude, just come talk on my computer.
yeah, wait, why did you talk over there?
Dan, just come
Let's
here.
solve a lot of problems.
Okay, cool.
Hers is fine.
I don't know either.
Hi.
There we go.
Okay, so someone took a still frame of your coworker and her daughter, and then took it completely out of context and wrote a whole article that was like, how did this random child get to play with this brand new Optimus Prime toy that's not out on the market yet?
What an asshole.
It was so weird because I'm like, I've met her, so I know how this happened, but what?
Why
That's
is
weird.
he jealous much?
Who the hell would
I'm
attract...
incredibly jealous.
He's just gonna go home and play with
stealing a
Big
toy
Jim.
from a child. Oh.
All right, I guess before we wrap it up, if anybody is actually watching or observing this, hit us up in the comments or whatever, or the chat. We'll take in suggestions, because I'm running out of ideas already. It's easy to do detective and noir stuff because there's so much of it. It's also easy to go back and do more sci-fi. I'm going to try to look at that Fantastic Four one we talked about last time with Bill Murray as the Human
That sounds
Torch.
cool.
But I mean...
I was gonna say, what about the George Reeves Superman?
Oh, that's a good call too, because those scripts probably exist. The Fantastic Four scripts are impossible to find. I cannot find them, so I'd have to transcribe the entire thing, which I'm not opposed to, but I would really like to be lazy for another.
About it, because I might be able to apply my librarian skills.
If you want to take that over, Kristen, I would love you forever.
Yeah, just give me as much information about it as possible, like year, date, any of those kinds of, literally any information you have about it, and I will try and find it.
I mean, I have the episodes downloaded. They exist. They were recorded. I was tempted to upload them to Otter or something and let it try to auto-transcribe, but we'll see. I'll forward you the stuff after the episode, and you can take a look. And if we come up with anything great, awesome. And if it just proves to be a little challenging, we can table it, and we'll pick something else. We'll do an episode of Little Orphan Annie or something. Who the hell cares?
Okay.
Hey guys, this has been super fun. I really like this one. I was really, really happy with the way this one turned out. I don't know how y'all feel.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on.
Me neither. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap things up. Everybody, thanks guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Anybody out there, thanks for listening. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks when we'll figure out something to do. Take care, everyone. See you later.
Bye.